Hello, my name is Delphi and I'm a qualified counsellor and mental health and wellbeing trainer. The 10th of October is World Mental Health Day, an opportunity for us to create safe spaces where people can come together and talk about how they feel. Some people see World Mental Health Day as arbitrary because we should be able to talk about our mental health every day. But you don't have to look too far to see that stigma and discrimination around mental health is still very much around today. It's on the social media feed that describes somebody as a snowflake because they've opened up about their emotions. It's where someone is described as crazy or mental because they have a different opinion to someone else. And it's the work colleague who, because they like their desk tidy, is described as a little bit OCD. This unhelpful language can actually stop people from coming forward and feeling safe enough to talk about their mental health, especially at work. So this video aims to offer some food for thought and some suggestions for workplaces to think about whether or not their organisation and their workplace practices, policies and procedures lends themselves to creating a safe space for people talking about their mental health at work. For example, do your managers make one-to-ones a priority, or do they cancel them at the last minute saying that they're too busy? A one-to-one really only needs to be a conversation over a cuppa, where you just create a safe space to listen while someone talks about how they feel. You don't have to fix anything, you just need to be able to listen and, where necessary, signpost them to organisations or agencies who might be able to help, including, for example, their doctor or your employee assistance programme if you have one. If you have an employee assistance programme, do your staff actually know what that means and where they can get the number without having to ask somebody for it? Is it displayed in prominent places, or is it tucked away somewhere on the intranet? In the same way, is the telephone number for the Samaritans prominently displayed? Or is it, for example, given during one-to-ones and at team briefings? The number for the Samaritans is 116 123 and is a listening service available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What would it be like to give your organisation space to have focus groups where your employees can come together and talk face to face about how they're experiencing workplace practices which might be impacting their mental health? Rather than doing another staff survey, maybe invite them to meetings where you can actually hear what they think and feel and see whether or not there is reasonable actions you can take to help them feel more open to talking about their mental health at work. Do your managers feel confident having conversations about mental health at work, or do they tend to shy away from them? Have senior leaders been on training which would help them inform workplace policies and procedures that might otherwise have an impact on mental health and well-being at work? Think about peer support, where like-minded people can come together and share their thoughts and feelings in a safe space. There's no labelling or judging with peer support. There's no fix-it reflex that treats a person like they need to just keep their chin up. It's very much about warmth, empathy, solidarity and compassion in action. If you know somebody who's going through a difficult time right now, do resist the urge to try and fix them, as this can give them the impression that you're trying to shut the conversation down. Instead, you might want to follow the Samaritans listening tips, which includes showing that you care, having patience with them when they're describing what's happening, using open questions like, "How can I help you right now?" or "What do you need?" Making sure that you say back to them what you think you've heard so that you can show that you've understood, and not being afraid to have conversations about mental health in the workplace. It's more important than ever to normalise conversations around mental health, especially at work, and show that we care, and especially whilst we're navigating our way through the coronavirus outbreak. It's most important of all, though, that you take care of yourself when you or someone you know is going through a difficult time. It's okay to pause and take time to rest and make room for self-care in everyday life. Thank you for supporting World Mental Health Day, and please help keep the conversation going.